Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. It's Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds with a reach of 74 inches. And he'll be facing the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. He comes in at 177 centimeters tall with a 185 centimeter reach.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Here comes the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs, who's had epic battles with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, the former two-time middleweight champion, looks to get back on top with a win in this one. The Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. And when you talk about legendary fighters from England, this man has to be on the list.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, introducing an acclaimed two-time middleweight champion of the world, known as the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner, from London, England, here is a middleweight and super middleweight champion of the world, known as the Dark Destroyer, introducing Nigel Benn.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. Right. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, when you've got fights in there that really believe they're going to win, that's when the action happens.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. And that's the opening bell, round 1. Well done with that counter shot. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Nice counter shot. Nope, that jab not going to score. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. A perfect counter shot. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
Nice round. Good round. I like that.
And there's the bell for round 2. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
off that time counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he misses with that jab. Jab slightly off target. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Just missed with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
But Bell, sometimes
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
they've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. You don't want to trade shots. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. He threw a punch and just got countered. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen this.
Just stay focused.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He just misses with that jab. The perfect counter lane. Can the Dark Destroyer get out of this dark place? No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land that jab. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
They exchange punches. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. These punches coming from every angle. There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That punch landed. Good counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Boxing, be smart.
Here we go in the 6th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punching. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. Jacobs crumbles to the canvas. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Round 7, here we go. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. They miss with the jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Catch and shoot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. That punch scores. That's another scoring shot. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, pal, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Chap's slick. Now, I don't want you to
out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together.
take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready.
And there's the bell for round 8. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab.
Nigel Benn overwhelmed with power, and down he goes. Let's see that again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
solid punch. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Wow, let's take another look at that.
I've got to see that again.
Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.